Good evening. We're going to go ahead and call this meeting to order with invocation by Commissioner Irving and Pledge of Allegiance by Mr. Bell. Please stand. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner LaFall, Commissioner Yoakum,
Here.
Vice Chair Sharp, Chair Huggins,
Here.
Commissioner Irving, Commissioner Frank,
Here.
Commissioner Robertson. Madam Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you. All righty, call to the public. If you wish to speak, please complete a speaker card and submit it to the chairman prior to the start of the meeting. The procedures to follow if you address the commission are: commission requests that you express your ideas in 5 minutes or less and refrain from any personal attacks or derogatory statements about any city employee, fellow citizen, or anyone else, whether in attendance or not. The chairman will limit discussion whenever she deems such an action appropriate to the proper conduct of the meeting. If you'd like to speak, please step forward. For this one, for one of the items on the agenda?
Yeah, you can speak to it.
And then we'll just have them speak during that time. All right. Seeing no one else, we'll go ahead and close the call to the public. 4.1 and 4.2, we can motion these together. No? Oh. Who do I need to teach how to do the agenda? Gee, many cripes crippers, people.
You can pass the consent.
Yeah, where's our consent agenda?
I'm just joking.
Thank
Madam
you.
Chair, I move.
April 25th. Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. All right, 4.2, minutes from May 9th. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved. Thank you. All right, 5.1, GPA 22-07, public hearing, a request by the city of Maricopa to amend approximately 16.78 acres, the general land future land use map, more specifically Pinal County parcel number 502-03-012M is in Mary portion thereof, from existing public institution P to high-density residential H, located south and east of the southeast corner of North White and Parker Road and Lococo Street. Discussion and action. Thank you.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the Commission. I have a brief presentation for agenda items 5.1 and 5.2. These two requests.
Can't hear you very well.
Oh, sorry. I have a brief.
I was looking for my sound guy because usually I do that.
I
Sorry.
thought you'd give me the. Hold on one second. I have a brief presentation for agenda items 5.1 and 5.2. These two applications go together. The first application under 5.1. There we go. Let's start to work. So it's a public hearing for GPA 22-07 and Zone 22-02. These are requests by the City of Maricopa to rezone what was listed in the agenda as 16.78 acres. However, the actual size of the area to be rezoned is 21.52 acres. Due to the incorrect information listed in the Planning and Zoning Commission agenda, city staff requests that the Planning and Zoning Commission defer action on both these cases, GPA 22-07 and Zone 22-02, to the June 27, 2022 meeting in order for the agenda to be corrected.
Well, all righty then. This is a public hearing, and it has been agendized as a public hearing, so we will go ahead and open the public hearing. And I do have a speaker card for these, so Mr. Stanley Fritz, if you'd like to step forward, state your address, or name and address, please.
Stanley Fritz, 18734 North Tanners Way in Desert Passage right across the street. So what I'd like to say is that, we moved here to get out of high density. We moved to Maricopa because of what this community is. It's a beautifully, single family homes, and now we've got apartments going in by Walmart. Now we want to put more apartments in over here. We don't have the infrastructure in Maricopa right now to support what we have. Drive in and out on 347 during rush hour, and we want to put more multifamily homes. We don't want Maricopa to become another Phoenix. It's Maricopa. So I am so against these apartments because we don't have the infrastructure to support. We don't have the businesses to support the people that are going to move into them and provide jobs. So they're going to drive into Chandler and Gilbert and Mesa and Scottsdale and Phoenix and Tempe to go to jobs. Once again, overtaxing a road that's already overtaxed. So I'm totally against these, and it seems like a bait and switch. First, we're going to rezone for housing, and then we're going to change the zoning, and now we're going to make it dense, high-density family housing. We've got to stop doing these bait and switches, and we've got to stop changing this community because people moved here for this community as it is, not another Phoenix. If I wanted to live in Phoenix, I'd live in Phoenix. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. All right, anybody else? All right, we will go ahead and keep this public hearing open since we are going to be tabling this item. So if I can get a motion to table this until the next meeting. Get it. All right, we do have a motion. There's a second.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any other comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, 5.2, ZON 22-02, public hearing, a request by the City of Maricopa to rezone approximately 16.78 acres, more specifically Pinal County parcel number 502-03-012M, portion thereof, from existing transitional TR to high-density HR located south and east of the southeast corner of North White and Parker Road and Local Coast Street. Discussion and action, and it's the same concept, right? Same thing, right?
I couldn't hear you, I'm sorry.
No, it's the same thing. We're going to table this, right?
No, this one can continue.
Huh?
This one can
It
be heard.
goes?
Yes.
No.
No, Madam Chair, you're correct. This is the zoning aspect of it.
Right, so this, yeah, I got to open it up and we'll do the same thing all over again. Open up the public hearing. You have any other comments? Come on up. All right, we will go ahead and ask to, we will continue this again till the next meeting, but I do need a motion to have this continued.
I'll move to defer zoning 22-02 to June 27th meeting.
There a second? You have a motion and a second. Any other comments? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Thank you. All right. We'll play this game next time. All right. 5.3, ZON 22-03, public hearing. A request by the City of Maricopa to rezone approximately 22.87 acres, more specifically Pinal County parcel numbers 502-03-0430 and 502-03-012P from existing transitional TR to neighborhood commercial NC located on the northeast and southeast corners of North White and Parker Road and West Boland Road. Discussion and action. All yours.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the commission. The next item, 5.3, Zone 2203. This is a request by the City of Maricopa to rezone approximately 22.87 acres of land from the existing Pinal County Zoning District Transitional, TR, to Neighborhood Commercial, NC. The site has a general plan future land use designation of employment, which is consistent with the proposed zone change. As you can see, here is a site location and info slide. As we see here, on the north side, just below the library, you'll see a 0.52 acre lot on the north side of Bolin Road. On the south side of Bolin Road is a 22.35 acre lot. The city is proposing to rezone these two parcels from their existing transitional zoning to neighborhood commercial. Currently, these lots are vacant and aren't being used. The existing general plan land use for the area here is employment, and as being employment, it is the proposed zone change to neighborhood commercial is supported by the general land use plan. Here we have the general land use plan, future land use map, and although it's a little difficult to see, the little bullseyes that you see all over are what are considered the village center concept found in our general plan. And the village center concept aims to create little village centers throughout the city of Maricopa where higher intensity urban development, where there's a mix of higher intensity residential, higher intensity commercial, and also civic uses are located within proximity of one another. The rightmost bullseye that you see there, that is the corner of White and Parker and Bolin Road, which is just south of here, of the city center. And this application is to rezone a portion of the property to the area right there to commercial to follow the village center concept. This is one portion of it. The other portion of it was the previously deferred cases of GPA 2207 and Zone 2202 for the high density residential rezone. So together, these work with each other to provide opportunities for commercial activity, civic activity, and then higher intensity residential development, all within proximity of each other, creating this village center for the city, around the city center. Here we have a map of the existing zoning. The existing zoning that you see here is transitional. As you can see, transitional encompasses the land just south of Bolin Road and then pretty much all of the land going north of Bolin Road. The PI that you see there is public use, and that is the library. The building that you see just to the northeast or top right of the library, that is the police station, and then just north of that is City Hall, where we are now. So the village center concept is to create a village downtown in the area surrounding City Hall and the city area. The city has plans to rezone this commercial, rezone residential north of City Hall, and then also provide other civic activities around City Hall and then to the east where you see the dark green field there. The city is proposing to rezone it to neighborhood commercial. Neighborhood commercial is the lowest of the commercial activities in the zoning ordinance. Such uses as restaurants, personal services, nail salons, massage places, doggy daycare, not kennels, but personal services and small neighborhood commercial. This will help foster commercial development in this area. So it'll attract the residents to the east that are to the west that are existing in the proposed residences, to the east. I got left and right here. Altogether, that they can come to this area here to do their commercial activity, their small commercial activity, rather than traversing over to the 347 corridor, again, jamming that up more with traffic. The village centers is to spread these sort of nodes around the city, create these commercial and higher intensity urban developments that will pull the localized region residents to those areas rather than having them traverse all the way across the city to get to their needs, their commercial needs. The city did the requirements under section 18.140.060. We advertised a public hearing in the Casa Grande Dispatch. We notified property owners within 600 feet of the proposed lot center to be rezoned. A neighborhood meeting was held on May 25th at the Maricopa Library. There wasn't anyone in attendance for the meeting. At the time of the report was written, staff did not receive any formal comments regarding the request, either by email or by phone. For further information, you can refer to the Citizen Participation Plan, which is Exhibit E in the packet for the commission. Staff's analysis for the zone change. One, the amendment is consistent with the general plan. The neighborhood commercial matches the employment for the general plan. Changing the district boundaries is necessary to achieve a balance of the land uses desired by the city, consistent with the general plan, and increase the inventory of land within a given zoning district. The proposed rezone serves to create this balance. We've seen elsewhere in the city where commercially zoned property has been rezoned to mixed use or to another category. Here we're creating a new area where commercial activity can occur on over 20 acres. And thirdly, the amendment will promote the growth of the city in an orderly manner. As noted, the village center concept in the general plan follows this orderly development by separating out and creating these higher intensity development nodes throughout the city that'll attract the localized residents to those areas rather than traversing all the way across the city for their needs. And with that, that's the end of presentation and for public comment.
Okay, this is a public hearing as well, so we will go ahead and open up the public hearing. If you wish to speak on this item, please step forward. State your name and address, please.
I'm Sue Van Gosen, 41452 West Lucera Lane. On the proposed commercial area, we must have another grocery store out here. The 3 or 4, we've got 4 grocery stores, 3 up on John Wayne Parkway, and then we've got Walmart. They are not enough. They cannot keep the shelves stocked enough for a number of people that are already here. If we have any more apartments, which my last count, we've already approved, and most of them have started, more than 2,000 units. We need a place for them to shop, not just, run to the nail store or whatever like this. We need a grocery store. We need some clothing stores out here. I know there's going to be another shopping center over there just across the bridge, but I have not seen any mention of a grocery store as an anchor. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing. All right, commissioners. Jocham?
Just a comment. I think the rezoning and what they're asking for, about 5 years ago or so, the village center or village concept was quite in vogue, and it was enjoying a lot of attention. And I don't know that we've really gone as strongly in that direction as we could or should, but this particular rezoning does point us in that direction, in that we're going to be looking at the possible combination of commercial, business office, recreation, entertainment, restaurants, medical services, and I think that the rezoning of this plot will facilitate implementation of that concept.
Thank you. Commissioner Irving.
I guess my concern's a general one, and it goes, to the general plan 3. The amendment will promote the growth of the city in an orderly manner and protect the public health, safety, peace, comfort, and general welfare. I guess what I think somehow we need to do is we're getting these things piecemeal, and I get confused sometimes about what's going to be where. And I guess I just think there needs to be a general overall view, even of what we've already approved, to make me feel comfortable about 3, because I don't know if it is in an orderly manner. So, and again, I think we had a really good discussion by some of the people coming out and talking about it, about traffic, and that's a good example. And I think the issue with traffic became clear that the problem had been there before the apartments, but it's something nobody had addressed until it was brought up. And clearly it's a public safety issue now that everybody accepts it is. And that's not, that doesn't meet 3 to me. So I guess I would like to see if there's some overall presentation where there's a result like traffic, which the police are now meeting with the schools because people are illegally blocking streets. So I guess that's what I'm asking. I have a hard time supporting any more rezoning until someone shows me some kind of a plan where somebody has an idea of how they define orderly manner.
Thank you. Commissioner Frank.
Village concepts at one point.
I don't think they can hear you.
Sorry about that. I too see that we are adhering to the general plan that was voter approved at some years ago, and that we have these village centers, the village concepts where it's the mixed use. And I think having this commercial development in this area, I think that really helps foster that kind of development. So I'm in favor of it. I think that it'll bring more jobs, which we need. A lot more jobs, a lot more employment in this area. So I think this zone change is appropriate.
Thank you. Commissioner Robinson.
I too agree with the concept. It fits the general plan as our guidance and as the conceptual ideas in the general plan. The city center and village model brings employment, like everybody said. It may even bring a grocery store. We'll see which developers step up and say they want to build over there, because it's really up to them what goes in there, not really up to us. But I think it does fit the general concept of the general plan. And I think it's even the multifamily housing in that area, I couldn't think of a better area to put multifamily housing, spread it out a little bit. I think it's good, and I do support it.
Thank you. Again, I'm going to echo what everybody else says. I mean, this is something that voters actually want. They want the village concept. They want to have the walkability aspect, and I think this definitely will accomplish that. And for it to be a neighborhood commercial is actually even better, because it allows the small mom and pop people to be able to have a place to open up something that's going to be able to get them going as well, and maybe they can then become the big box stores down the line. Who knows? So yeah, I definitely agree with that. So good job, and for the first time in a very long time, we're not rezoning to residential. We're going the opposite way.
But we're rezoning.
But in commercial.
Madam Chair, if I might try to help Commissioner Irving a little bit, the city's website does have at least a dozen different interactive maps that you can look at, that one of them being zoning, and so you can see where the different zones are in the different cities, and then different stages of construction and projects for whether it's multifamily or commercial.
Yeah, I understand that, but I don't know if you were there. We were at an interesting meeting last Tuesday at City Hall, and somebody from the city made the comment, go on our website, and people blasted, your website doesn't work. And they sort of I thought it was a pretty interesting comment. My concern is not just for me, but we've heard, and again, I have no problem with the village concept, but 3 clearly states the amendment is consistent with the general plan, and it talks about promote the growth in an orderly, it's right there. So all I'm saying, it's nothing against this one, all I'm asking for is just some commitment to some, and I know it's hard to put things out in Maricopa because we don't have a general way to get knowledge out. All of us deal with that. I guess all I'm saying is I would be happy if a commitment that what you just said, we'd try to put it out, publicize it a little more so people could see that there is an orderly plan. Because if you go on the website, it's not even up to date. So that's all I'm asking for. Again, it's 3, and unless I'm reading 3 wrong. That's what it says, conditions for approval. Am I reading it wrong? Okay, again, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I hear what you're saying, and I was not in attendance for the meeting, but I did watch the meeting, and the website was definitely pointed out to be hard to navigate at best and a lot of broken links. So you would try to go somewhere, it wouldn't send you somewhere. So I think what Nick might be looking at is something that probably got fixed because they did get blasted pretty hard. So
And again, I want to make sure I'm clear. All I'm asking for is some kind of a commitment that will be put out there to explain to the citizens of Maricopa that there is an orderly plan, and not each time we come in here, we're rezoning, regardless what it is. That's all I'm saying, that somebody will say, yes, we're going to tell the citizens there is a plan. We're going to, 347, we are going to tell them that the Sonoran highway is going to go through. I mean, there are all these things that people just don't get to know it is in order. They are working on track. That's all I'm asking for. Otherwise, I just feel I've got to sustain because I take 3 seriously. End of.
No, and your comment is not unmatched from anything that happened at the meeting either, where they were talking about how things were not functioning properly on the website, and then how do we get this information out so that it seems that we're not just piecemealing everything together, and that we're looking at this as a cohesive, projects that we're working on, and that we're trying to achieve the, the 2040 plan that has been put out there that the voters.
That's all I'm asking.
Right. That I think I just elaborated a little bit differently to make
and
it.
that's fine. That's all I really am asking,
I think-
as a suggestion, that's all.
I think that the marketing department of the city of Maricopa hard at best to be able to navigate it. Commissioner Yocum.
I'd like to make a motion. 03.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
All right, we do have a motion and a second. Any other comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So moved, passed. All right. Items number 6, reports from the commission and/or staff.
Madam Chair, Commissioners, good evening this evening. Just a couple of quick updates for you. With the postponement of the earlier case to our next scheduled meeting, just want to let you know that we're looking at a pretty aggressive agenda for you in 2 weeks. But we will see the first iteration of the consent agenda, which is good. So also...
Are you trying to tell us to pack a lunch or pack a dinner?
We may be taking a break on this one. I'm going to try and move. I couldn't hear what you said.
He's not going to be
I'm not
here.
going to be here, so.
Yeah, we'll take a look and see if there's anything we can move to the next agenda, because this one's filling up with some items that we've continued. If you recall, we continued one last meeting as well that has now landed on that same evening. Madam Chair, I just also wanted to acknowledge that I did receive your email on the 2nd of June, not only with, taking a look at certain items that we'll want to discuss in the quarterly meeting. With respect to the quarterly meeting, we're having discussions about it. We're looking at July, August, September, trying to get organized into how we're going to and when we're going to and where we're going to have several different events that apply to just not to this board. So be patient. We hear you with your request. As soon as I can share more information on that and give you some type of agenda for it that we can openly discuss, in a meeting setting, we will do that. So I just don't want you to think we forgot about it, and I did receive your email, Madam Chair. So other than that, I don't have anything further to share with you this evening, and I'll close my comments with that.
Thank you. And he's shaking his head because he knows my next question, so that's a negative. So with that being said, I can't believe it. It's only 6:32. Do I have a motion to adjourn? So moved. Second? Second, all right. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. So moved. Thank you. But that doesn't mean you're going to get out of it.